Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit. A couple weeks ago, I smoked one of the best pieces of meat I've had in a long time. Boneless beef chuck short ribs. They were rich and beefy and super tender. Kind of like a combination of a sirloin and a brisket point. But even after several big sandwiches, there was still quite a bit left. And I made some cheesesteak sandwiches with them, and now I'm going to make some cheesesteak jalapeno poppers, also known as atomic buffalo turds or ABTs. You can make jalapeno poppers out of all kinds of leftover meat and vegetables. The only limit is your imagination. So let's get started. In a large bowl, combine 8 ounces of room temperature softened cream cheese. And you want to use full fat cream cheese, you don't want to use low fat or no fat. Then add about a 1/4 cup each of chopped bell pepper and chopped onion. I'm using green bell pepper and red onion. You can use whatever kind of peppers and onions you like. And if you have any mushrooms laying around, add them to it too. And then a cup of the chopped up beef short ribs. Obviously, any type of leftover meat will work. Then give it all a good mix until everything is well combined. I've cut 6 large bell peppers right down the middle and removed all the seeds and membrane. And if possible, I like to leave as many stems on as I can. That way it gives you a handle to hold on to when you're eating them. Now I found the easiest way to stuff these is to use your hands. So grab a couple tablespoons and overstuff each half a pepper. And you want to press it down into the pepper to make sure you fill the whole cavity. And we'll do one more. A couple tablespoons of the filling. Press it into the pepper. Then continue this process until all the peppers are stuffed. And now it's time to wrap the peppers. I like to use the cheapest, thinnest bacon I can. And unfortunately, this bacon said thin, but it's not as thin as I normally like it. So I try to stretch it out as much as I can. If you use thick bacon, the bacon's not going to cook and it's not going to get crisp. The thinner bacon will render nicely and crisp up nicely. Some people use a half a piece of bacon, I use a whole piece of bacon on each popper. And it's pretty straightforward. You take a piece of bacon, wrap it around the popper, and make sure you overlap the bacon each time you go around. I'll do another one real quick. Wrap it around the pepper and make sure you're overlapping each time you go around. Continue that process until all your peppers are wrapped. And at this point, you can season the outside if you like. I just like to leave them plain. Once all the poppers are wrapped, I like to put them into the refrigerator for at least an hour. A couple hours is better. That just gets everything firmed back up before it goes onto the grill. I'm using my Weber kettle today and it's set up for indirect cooking, with no smoke wood today. You can do these on the gas grill, just set it up for indirect cooking. And you can also do these in the oven. Just place them on a raised grate to let the bacon render and drip away from the bacon so it won't get soggy. Now right now, my bottom vent is 100% open. Once all the poppers are on, close the lid and leave the bottom vent and the top vent 100% open until the grill gets to 150 degrees. Once it gets to 150 degrees, close the bottom vent 75% and leave the top vent 100% open. Like I said in my other videos, if you do this as the temperatures are coming up, the temperature will settle in between 250 and 275 degrees, as long as you don't open and close the lid. And make sure the vent is over the poppers. That way you get the nice convection airflow. If you put the vent right over the charcoal, most of the heat is going to go right out of the vent. Putting the vent over what you're cooking gives you a nice convection for more even cooking. Here's what the poppers look like after an hour and a half. And they're starting to get a really nice color, but the bacon still has to render a little bit more to get nice and crispy. So put the lid back on and let them cook for another 45 minutes to an hour. After another hour, for a total of 2.5 hours at 250 degrees, the poppers are done. And I've got to say, they look and smell delicious. But the proof is in the pudding, popper. Once you get these all plated up, you can eat them just like they are, or serve them with a little bit of ranch, or I guess with these being cheesesteak poppers, you could serve them with a little bit of Cheez Whiz, or even some marinara sauce for a pizza cheesesteak popper. These turned out absolutely delicious. The bacon was cooked perfectly, the peppers were cooked perfectly, and the inside was nice and creamy with the peppers and onions and the smoky tender beef short ribs. Absolutely delicious. If you'd like to help support the Wolfe Pit, please consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month, that's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more, that's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.